Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to my channel, my lovelies. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I am so happy you found me. I do so hope that you will like and subscribe before you leave. Become part of the Mama family. Mama's got your back, at least where makeup's concerned, and definitely when that makeup is cheap. Today we're just doing a very casual chatty get ready with me. I like to do at least one of these a week. It's one of my favorite videos to film. I know I say that about every single video, but it's true. I really enjoy just sitting down, chit-chatting to you guys, talking, playing with some makeup, and just kind of like relaxing together. So I hope you have just a little while to sit back, relax, hang out. Hope you have a big old cup of hot coffee or ice cold sweet tea, and let's just jump into playing with some makeup. I already have my eyes done today. I used the gift Mr. Hubby got me. I put it away so I can't reach it right now, but I used the Prados Beauty Palette. Oh, Mr. Hubby brought it home for me one day after work. It is a native owned makeup brand and they're so good. I love that palette. I used that to create today's eye look. I did do a TikTok on today's eye look if you are so interested. I will have the link for that in the description box below, along with everything that I'm going to talk about in today's video. I know I am popping on here looking 10 kinds of crazy, but I already have my primer on and a little bit of my color corrector. I use the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Color Corrector in the shade Orange, and the only reason I'm using a color corrector today is because I have blue on my lower lash line, and a lot of times that just pulls out the darkness in my under eyes, so I have to use the orange color corrector, try to balance that out a little bit so my under eyes don't look super hollow when I'm done doing my makeup. I also like to put my color corrector on and let it fully sit down and kind of dry down, so that way when I go in with my foundation or whatever I'm going to put on top of it, it doesn't just smear and blend in with the foundation and just turn me orange, because it can happen, it does happen, it has happened, and I don't want that to happen today. So I just put that on. Just put it around the darker kind of problem areas of my face. So definitely under my eyes, a little bit around the corners of my mouth. I have a little bit of darkness just through here. Just kind of help brighten everything up. I would like to look smooth and newborn, like a baby's bottom today. I don't know if we can make it happen, but we can definitely try. Oh, I wanted to talk to y'all about this new primer that I've been using. So last time I went to Walmart, there is a clearance aisle, and I found this there, and this is the 1-of-1 Milk It Shimmer Hydra Fluid. Basically, it's like a shimmery highlighter, but it is way too shimmery to wear just on its own. But as I was playing with it, it feels beautifully hydrating on the skin, and I was like, you know what, it's got all of the components of a really amazing primer. And I paid like $3 for this because again, it was on clearance and it was the last one they had there, and I was like, you know what, let's just go for it. And I really like it. It goes on and it gives my skin such a beautiful kind of glowiness that I am totally here for. If you guys don't know, if this is your first time here, I am a super dry, dusty old mummy. My skin is parched. It is a desert that is in need of rainfall. And this kind of feels like the rainfall it was looking for. It goes on, it gives me such a dewy, plump kind of feeling to my skin. But then it also gives that really beautiful glow. Super pretty. Too much to wear on its own, but underneath a foundation, I think it looks so pretty. So the foundation we're going to use today is my Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid. I used this for the first time, I want to say maybe last week. And y'all, when I tell you this foundation surprised me so much, I instantly was in love with it. The Maybelline Dream line are some of my very favorites. I had the Dream Radiant Liquid. I believe that was in my best of 2022 video. Such a great foundation. But this one just wore so surprisingly well. A lot of times my skin will just suck the life out of anything I put on it. So be that foundation, whatever, it goes on, and my skin by like hour 4 is just like it's cracky and dusty and dry on my face. But this wore so beautifully, and I think that's because it has just a tiny bit of illumination to it. Maybe not illumination, but it's a satin finish. So it has just a little bit of moisture, but it's also got that really gorgeous kind of matte-ish, very natural looking finish on the skin that I really enjoy, especially in the winter. I love a good full coverage matte kind of moment in the winter. I can't do it in the summer because y'all, I'm a big girl and I sweat buckets. If I was going to try to put a full coverage matte moment on my face, the very second I went outside, it would completely melt off my face. So when I go cake face in the winter, and I love it so very much. On top of that, it is so incredibly rainy and nasty and terrible outside today. So it's kind of like, it's not hot at all. It's not super cold because I'm not sitting here huddling in my robe, but it's not super hot either. It's a perfect day for a more matte glam kind of moment. So that's what I'm going for. Also, I think this eye kind of demands a full coverage glam moment. So I'm very excited. I will, of course, be posting finished pictures over on Instagram and Facebook. All the links will be in the description if you guys want to go check those out. So I just did 2 pumps of this and just kind of dotted it around my face. I'll use more if I need it. I would say this foundation is more of like I want to say like a solid, maybe not a solid, maybe like a light medium kind of coverage. It's not a full coverage foundation, but a lot of the products that I'm going to put on top of it add coverage as well. So in the end, we will end up with a pretty full coverage glam kind of moment. I'm just using my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge. As I'm going over that orange, I'm being very careful to just tap that into place and not smear any of that orange, because I want that color corrector to stay exactly where I placed it. So moving on to the Chatty Get Ready part, or Chatty session, gab session part of today's video. It is that time I know in my life, I don't know about you guys, but let me know if you guys feel the same way. But it is that time of the year in my life where I am now, I'm daydreaming about vacation. We haven't been on vacation in the very longest time. So I want to say since before COVID, because, you know, COVID hit so hard. Mr. Hubby lost his job. I lost my job. I used to be a head morning chef at a bed and breakfast. And, you know, COVID came and we didn't, you know, everything had to shut down. So we both lost our jobs and it hit us really hard. So we had to kind of survive off of our savings. Now, Mr. Hubby is working again, and we've had just a few years to kind of like rebuild that and really start to save and stuff again, kind of rebuild our savings. So I'm thinking at this point, we might just have a couple dollars to go take, you know, a very teeny tiny short little vacation. And usually when we go on vacation, we go to Florida because I was raised in Florida. For the very first part of my life, I was raised in Florida, and I really love it there. I love the weather. I love, you know, the smell of the ocean. If I could go anywhere, if I could pick somewhere to retire and live out the rest of my days blissfully happy and cut off from the world, I would choose the Florida Keys. I would choose the Florida Keys in an absolute heartbeat. It is one of my very favorite places in the whole wide world. I love the people. There are definitely some, but there's crazies everywhere. Everybody says that, Florida is just full of crazy people. I don't agree. I think that I have met some of the nicest people in the world in Florida. I always find Florida people to be so nice and welcoming, and I always have such a great time when we go visit and go on vacation. And especially because I think that they can pick up just a little bit of the twang in my voice. They love it. They absolutely love it. Anyway, I love going. So usually when we go on vacation, I say usually like it happens often, but the very few vacations that we've been on, we've gone to Florida. We've gone to Fort Myers in particular. I love Fort Myers. I love Estero Island. It is my very favorite place in the whole wide world to go and visit. You can literally stand on the balcony and look out into the bay, and you can see dolphins, and there's manatees and turtles, and it's just, it is a beautiful, beautiful place. And it's just so well taken care of. But the only thing I don't like about Florida, and if you are from Florida, please let me know if you feel the same way. The only thing I'm not a big fan of when it comes to Florida is the bugs. It seems to me like there are bugs absolutely everywhere. And I'm not talking about just like, I'm just, everyday run of the mill kind of bug. I'm talking about giant freaking palmetto bugs, and the roaches are so bad down there as well. Like and I know it's because it's an island and they only have so many places to go. And I know that, it, as clean as a place may be, it's quite possible to still see bugs, but it just bothers me. It just bothers me. So this year we were thinking about maybe going somewhere different, and definitely it's still going to be like a beach trip, like a beach vacation, because like I said, the sea is my happy place. I literally just want to sit on a chair on the beach and just like, daydream my life away. It's my favorite thing in the whole wide world to do. So we were thinking about maybe going to Myrtle Beach or maybe the Outer Banks, but I got to looking at prices and stuff, because when it comes to that stuff, the earlier you book, the better your prices are going to be. But I got into looking at vacations, and like we would want to go for at least a week, right? Which I think is a pretty nice vacation. It's a pretty long vacation, and I think a week you got to realize, like, it takes a day to get there, and like you got to drive, so that takes the first day, and then the second day you got to get all settled in and you got to get accustomed to your new surroundings, and the third day is when you really get to relax and kind of let loose, and then you only have a couple days before you got to pack everything up and then do the long trek home again. So I think at least a week. And of course, I don't necessarily want to stay at a hotel, so I'd like to get maybe like a cabin, or like a kitchenette kind of thing, because I don't want to spend all that money on food, right? When you go on vacation, I think one of the biggest things that sucks your wallet dry is how much you spend on food, like going out to eat for every meal and stuff like that. So I always try to get a room that at least has like a kitchen so that I can cook and stuff. And the place that we usually stay at in Florida has a really great like full-size kitchen, and it's, not incredibly cheap, but it's not super like blown out of the water expensive either. So I was hoping that I would be able to find something like that for us to stay at on this vacation. And y'all, I was looking, and for a 1 week stay, even like the cheapest place I could find was like $7,000. And I was like, who has that kind of money right now? So the conundrum that I see that I'm facing at the moment is I'm just trying to find a good like seaside beachy vacation spot that's not going to absolutely completely break my banking account. So if you guys have any ideas or any suggestions, I would really, really appreciate that. I am so completely dead set on going and on taking a vacation this year. Like I feel like we just really need it. We haven't been in so very long, and Mr. Hubby has been working so hard, and I just feel like, it's time. Also, I would really like to reconnect with my husband. Life has been so busy lately, and we've just been go, go, go. And I just feel like I need to take a moment. And, it is so hard. It is so hard to sit there and have any kind of alone time when you have a teenage child, because as much as he is in his room or whatever, he pops out and he doesn't want to see us kiss, like he doesn't want to see us hug. Like we're supposed to be completely and totally just like Switzerland, like completely and totally neutral. He doesn't want to know that we have any kind of personality. He doesn't like, I don't know how he thinks he got here, because mom's just a nun, but apparently that's what I'm supposed to be now. And so I can't even like hug and kiss on my husband at night during the day. And then by the time he goes to bed and it's his bedtime, we're so exhausted that it's just like any kind of like alone time or canoodling is just not going to happen, because my head hits the pillow and I'm freaking out, man. So we need a vacation. We need to go and just like reset and recharge. And honestly, at this point, I don't even care where it is. I just want to be able to go somewhere that I'm not going to have to worry the whole time about how much we're spending on it, because that, for me, that takes a lot of the joy out of a vacation. I just can't get the amount of money we're spending out of my head. I always think in the back of my head that this should have gone to Sean's college fund. This should have stayed in the savings account. Like, I feel bad for taking a vacation, and I know that I shouldn't do that, and I know that that's not true, but I can't help myself. So I tried finding the best deal that I possibly can. Usually helps to alleviate at least a little bit of that. So I would really, really appreciate if you guys could help me out. Give me some suggestions on where we might be able to go and have a good kind of beachy vacation, because I just think we really, really need one. I think it's really, really time. And then moving on, so I told you that Mama had a new litter of puppies. She had 7 puppies originally. We're down to 5. You want to talk about breaking my heart into teeny tiny little pieces. So we lost 2 puppies, but the 5 that we have left are so healthy and strong, and she's being such a good mama. I tell you what, for being such a tiny dog, she eats like a freaking cow. I go out there and I feed her at least 5 or 6 times a day. I give her small portions at a time, but I really try, because the puppies are about 2 weeks old now. I'm really trying to give her, excuse me, my allergies are terrible today. I'm really trying to give her time to like go out of the cage and stretch her legs. And she's very food motivated right now. So I go out and I feed her little bits at a time, let her go out, use the potty, get some fresh air, just be away from the puppies for just a little bit. And each time she comes out, she ventures further and further away. You can tell she's kind of relaxing a little bit about it. But, they're still teeny tiny, so she kind of has to go right back in. But I try to give her like a couple of 5-minute breaks throughout the day, and it seems like she's really, really appreciating it. I'm going to go into this e.l.f. Luminous Putty Bronzer. This is in the shade Vacay Mood, and if that doesn't reflect the state of mind that I am in right now, I don't know what would. But we're going to go into this one, and I'm going to use this to contour my nose. I have really, really been loving this shade in particular to contour my nose. It just goes on, and it looks so incredibly natural because it's such a pretty, like, translucent sheer kind of shadowy color. It just goes on and looks like such a beautifully believable natural kind of contour. I'm not a huge fan of it all over the face unless I'm doing like a lighter makeup day, just because I don't think it has enough coverage or enough pigmentation. But even on a full coverage day, it still looks absolutely gorgeous on the nose. So pretty. Doesn't that look like such a believable nose contour? I am so incredibly in love with it. So I just used the Believe Beauty contour stick to bring a little bit of warmth to my face. And then I'll use powders to really chisel and contour. But that's what we're looking like so far. I feel cute. I feel bronzy and sun-kissed. And I'm here for it. So we did vacation. We did Mama and the puppies. Oh, here's another thing that I kind of wanted to go over, because y'all, I literally live on YouTube. I love YouTube. I watch, oh my goodness. It's on continuously in the background, whether I'm vacuuming or cooking or whatever, it's always on. And the biggest thing that I've been seeing on these YouTube videos is everybody talking about how afraid they are of color. Like everybody, and I really do. I love a good neutral kind of soft glam moment. I love full glam. I love makeup in general. Doesn't matter if it's neutral, if it's brightly bold, vivid kind of eyes. It doesn't matter. I just love makeup, period. But it makes me sad when people are afraid to explore makeup because they're afraid of color, or they're afraid of what other people might think. Y'all, I swear, my give a darn about what other people thought of me broke such a long time ago. And I know I have a lot of that I owe to my mother-in-law, believe it or not. She was absolutely so terrible to me. She was so, so terrible. She just didn't like me at all. And, you know, I can understand it because Stuart is an only child. And not only, well, he's not an only child, but he's the only boy. And he's the only boy for like 2 generations. So I can completely understand why everyone was so protective of him and stuff. But like at the 6-year mark, I think probably things should have calmed down just a little bit. And maybe she could have lightened up on me just a little bit. I don't even know where I was going with that. Oh, I have no idea where I was going with that. Anyway, oh, give a darn. Anyway, so and she just really disapproved of me. So I had to learn to just not care. I just had to learn to not care that she didn't like me. And I just had to make peace with that. And once I did that, my life just got so much better. It just got so much easier. I quit thinking, I quit putting other people's thoughts first, right? Because I can't control other people's thoughts. I can't control what other people are going to think of me. I can't control that. What I can control is how I react to it, right? I can control whether I let it ruin my mood or ruin my day. I can control whether I choose to mute myself in order to become more palatable to other people. And I do understand that there is, you still have to respect people, but you don't have to respect somebody when they are blatantly just kind of like coming at you. You don't have to do that. And maybe you do have to respect, because you should always respect people, but you don't have to let it drive you. You don't have to let it govern your own choices, right? So when I started playing with makeup and doing crazy, bold, bright kind of eyeshadow, and things like that. I, of course, had people telling me that's not your color. That doesn't look right on you. It's gaudy or tacky or what have you. But, I do my makeup for me. I do my makeup because it makes me happy. I don't do my makeup so that other people think that I'm pretty. The only person in the world that I need to think that I'm pretty is my husband. He thinks I'm so super gorgeous. So I don't have to worry about that at all. Like, I've already got the ring. Like, I've locked and loaded. We're good to go. I no longer have to worry if he thinks I'm pretty or not. I know he does. But like, especially like strangers and stuff, like if you guys don't like my makeup, if you peruse my page and you're like, oh, that's not my style of makeup, you are 100% allowed to think that, and you don't have to be here. But if you do like my makeup and if you love bright, bold, colorful things, I want you to know that you're allowed to do that. You are allowed to want to wear bright, bold, colorful makeup. If you want to wear bright green and turquoise eyeshadow on a Tuesday afternoon, baby girl, please just go do it. Go have fun. I feel like as mothers and housewives, things like that, or even as people in general, right? There are so few joys in life, right? We wake up every day and it's all about, gotta do the laundry, and gotta do the dishes, gotta go to work, gotta take care of this, you know what I mean? And when I do my makeup, it is the most selfish thing in my life. That is the first time I've ever put it that way, but it is super, super true. It is the most selfish thing in my life because it serves no purpose. It serves no purpose. My makeup isn't making me money. My makeup is not contributing to the household. It's nothing. I do it simply because I enjoy it and I like it and it makes me feel good. And when you're stepping into makeup with that kind of mindset, I think you need to just go for it, right? All that to say that if you like bright, bold, beautiful makeup, wear the bright, bold, beautiful makeup. Just don't be scared, because at the end of the day, it is just makeup and it washes off. And you are going to be the exact same person, whether you have a beautiful soft glam moment on your eyes or if you have something wild and crazy on. You are the same exact person. It doesn't matter. But I will say, when I first started doing my makeup, I always knew that I wanted to do bright, bold, colorful kind of makeup because that's just the kind of person that I am. It's what I gravitated towards, and what, the creativity aspect, the creative aspect of it is what really drew me in the first place. But when I first started, it was scary. Using colors was scary. I was terrified. And I think one of the biggest, like scariest colors was either blue or black. Those deep, dark kind of shades where you put it on and it feels like it just envelops everything and takes over the whole eye look. It is definitely scary. But I just had to remind myself again that it's just makeup and it washes off. And if I mess up, I can always restart. So when you are, the next time that you're doing your makeup, the next time you sit down at your vanity to just kind of play around, just remember that you don't do your makeup for anybody but you. And that you make the decisions when it comes to your own face. And if you want to put bright, bold, beautiful makeup on, that's what you should do. If you want to do an absolutely gorgeous kind of neutral glam kind of moment, then that's what you do. But do your makeup for yourself. Do your makeup so that way when you look in the mirror, you like what you see. You look in the mirror and you say, oh yeah, that's who I am. That's who I really am. You know what I mean? That is me expressed in the way that I've painted my face. And because that's really all it is. We're just sitting here painting our faces. I did go to Walmart the other day, hoping and praying that I was going to find some of the, new releases and stuff. And of course, not yet. They're still not at my local Walmart yet. I'm hoping and praying that at some point they will show up and that I won't have to, continue to wait for them for absolutely forever. But Mr. Hubby and I think Sunday is when I said I was going to sit on the couch and I was just going to like vegetate and take the day off. Well, Mr. Hubby came out to the living room because I was laying on the couch, and he was like, "Do you want to come with me?" He had to go out of town real quick. And I was like, I almost didn't go. But then I heard that Sean was going to stay home. And I was like, this could be that time that I've been looking for, right? This could be my chance to just kind of spend some time with Mr. Hubby. Just kind of relax and just spend the day together. So as lazy as I was feeling, I picked myself up off the couch. I just put a pair of jeans and a sweater on, and we just kind of went. I didn't put any makeup on. I didn't stress about how I looked. I just kind of threw my hair up in a bun, put a big comfy sweater on, a pair of blue jeans, and my pair of boots, and we just left. And y'all, when I tell you, we had the best day. I think we were gone for like 6 hours. And Sean is old enough now where he can just kind of stay at the house. We are very fortunate to live in a very, very safe part of the world. So it is super, super easy for him to just kind of like chill at the house. And he's got a phone, and we have a policeman that lives literally right next door. So he just kind of stayed here, played on his phone, played on his computer, and we went out and did our thing. And y'all, when I tell you, we had the best time. We went out and he took me to Walmart. That's when I went to Walmart. He took me to Walmart. I didn't really find anything that I was looking for, but we just kind of walked around. I think we spent maybe all of 10 minutes inside Walmart. But then we went to a sports bar. And we don't drink or anything, but Mr. Hubby loves sports. He is a football and basketball fanatic. So we went to a sports bar and we ordered some chicken wings, and they were delicious. And we just kind of sat there and talked. And then we went to where did we go? Walgreens. We went to Walgreens, and I found some super cute stuff that I am actually playing with right now at Walgreens. And, that was fun. And we just kind of like spent most of our day just in the car, kind of talking to each other and holding each other's hands and just kind of being together. I don't think it's always about what you're doing, right? I don't think it's always about just the destination. I think sometimes it really can just be about just getting in the car, just being next to each other and just kind of spending time together. You don't always have to be talking, and words don't always have to be said, But I do really enjoy, I really did enjoy just kind of spending the day with him. So we went to Walmart, we went to Walgreens, we went and got chicken wings. And then we went to this hibachi. It's like this hibachi place, but they have the absolute best boba ever. It is so good. And I am a sucker. I am a sucker for a good bubble tea. So we went and got some coconut boba, but they had these new kind of pearls. And instead of them being like the chewy tapioca pearls, they were like these, they popped and they were full of like fruity syrup or whatever. They were so delicious. And usually Mr. Hubby doesn't want anything to do with bubble tea because he's not a big fan of the tapioca pearls, I don't think. But they had this strawberry, I don't even know what they're called, but these poppable strawberry pearls. And so I got the strawberry pearls in coconut milk tea. And y'all, when I came out there and Mr. Huppy was thirsty, so I gave him a sip of it. He was like, ooh, that's good. So I went in and I got 2 more because I had to get another one for myself. And I went and got one for Sean. And then I brought it home and Sean was like, what sorcery is this? It's so delicious. So I have found a new drink that I am totally in love with. It is so good. And we don't get to like indulge in stuff like that very often. So it was like a really cute little treat. I was very excited, very happy about it. But when we went to Walgreens, I was able to pick up a couple of Flower Beauty products. And this one in particular is one that I am absolutely in love with. It is a gorgeous bronzer. This is the Flower Beauty Luminous Bronzer. It's the Heat Wave Bronzer. I have mine in the shade Sunrise L1. Y'all, when I tell you this is probably one of the prettiest bronzers. It is super smooth and finely milled, but it has the most beautiful kind of natural luminosity to it. I love the color. It's not too orange. It's not too red. It's actually a pretty neutral bronzer. It definitely adds warmth to the face, but it doesn't make me look like an Oompa. It blends beautifully. It's got the slightest little bit of luminosity to it as well. Stunning. I love this. I don't know where it's been all my life. I'm so sad that we've just met now, but definitely going to be getting a lot of use out of that in the near future. And then I also picked up this Flower Pot blush, and I had to get this because the color is absolutely everything. Look at that color. These are so freaking pigmented as well. They are so beautiful. This is the Flower Beauty Flower Pot blush in the shade Wild Rose. Stunning. I'm going to put this on my face. I'm not exactly sure it's going to go with today's eye look, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. angled blush brush, and it's so pigmented, it picks up beautifully on the brush. And it just goes onto the skin. And it's so kind of like satiny and smoothing. It's got really great pigmentation. But I think the thing that impresses me the most about it is just how easily it blends out. It almost takes 0 effort to get such a beautiful flush on the face. I also picked up a couple of other things that I am going to be using for next week's New Makeup Monday, so definitely stay tuned for that one. I have so much fun stuff, like fun drugstore stuff, that I'm going to talk about next week. Hi, Bubby Bear.
Hi.
How was school, baby?
It was okay.
Love you.
Love you.
Anyway, it's a beautiful product. I love it so very much. Flower Beauty's expensive. Flower Beauty's expensive. I just bought like a couple of things and I spent more money than I was, anticipating. But the packaging is really nice. And the products are actually beautiful. I think the 2 drugstore brands that I kind of shy away from because they're a little bit expensive was Flower Beauty and Pixie. Pixie is another one of those brands that really intrigues me, but they're expensive. They're like super expensive, especially for a drugstore brand. A lot of their stuff is like, over $20, and I'm just like, no thank you. I can definitely find almost the same thing for a much lower price tag. But just because I abstain doesn't mean that I'm not intrigued. I definitely am very, very intrigued. And I think if I had to make a wish list of brands that I wish I could play with more, or could like experiment with and kind of learn a little bit more about, I think it would definitely be, I want to say, Flower Beauty, Pixie. Winky Lux doesn't really impress me, or it doesn't really intrigue me. I think Pixie, the reason Pixie intrigues me as much as it does is because they are so skincare forward. And you guys know I'm a sucker for skincare. And a lot of their like glow tonics and things like that, I just think they're fun, and they have really, really nice skincare. Their products are beautiful, but they're very, very neutral, kind of soft glam, everyday wear kind of based. And you guys know I am a tornado. I am a tornado rainbow, and I enjoy my color. So I think that's probably why I abstain as much as I do. On top of the price point, I just think they're a bit, basic for me. Not basic in a bad way. It's just, I like a little bit more color. But Flower. Flower definitely is one of those brands, especially like with base products and stuff, that I really, really would like to explore just a little bit more. If you've ever tried Winky Lux, or if you've ever tried any of the Pixie base products, let me know in the comments what you think, because I've never tried a Pixie base product. The only thing I've ever tried from Pixie was their glow tonic, and then I think I also have one or two of their eyeshadow palettes that I was able to pick up on sale. But I've never tried any of the foundation or bronzers, contours. I did hear that they have a really amazing contour palette that I would love, love, love to check out one day. But until then, I will stick with my everyday tried and true brands. Maybe one day I'll hit the lotto and I'll go crazy and go buy $200 worth of Pixie products. We shall see. But guys, this is pretty much the base for today. I absolutely love getting on here and just chit-chatting to you guys. I have held you captive for almost 40 minutes now, so I am going to let you go. I'm going to pop just a little bit of a lipstick on. I think I'm going to go with like a cool toned mauve kind of lip, really let the eyes speak for themselves. And I will, of course, post finished pictures over on Instagram and Facebook. The links for all my other socials will be in the description box below. Yeah, I post fun content every single day. I had a brain fart there for a second. I post fun content every single day. If you follow me everywhere, you don't have to worry about missing a single moment of it. Guys, as always, no filters, no edits, no fancy lighting. It's just me sitting in front of my camera, playing with some makeup, hoping you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. And until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and remember, you're important. Bye.